The fastest, the quickest, the strongest, the sportiest Porsche Cayenne ever built. This is the all-new Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. It's only available here as the Cayenne Coupé version because Porsche said, Lamborghini Urus, Audi RS-Q8, BMW X5 or X6M, they're quite powerful now and they're faster, so they want to put that one here on top of the others. So around 3.3 seconds is the acceleration figure to 1 kilometers or 62 miles an hour. Pretty impressive, of course. We'll tell you all about the engine and so on, but let's start with the exterior here in the front. You can see the daytime running light is here, and then really sporty accentuations in the lower area and matrix headlamps. You can see them right there, LED as standard, of course. And then we have a lot of carbon fiber elements, but let's first start here with the wheels at the side. It's called Neodyme, this special color, this golden color, standard with the carbon ceramic brakes. The whole wheel size is 22-inch, super massive, comes with a sporty set of air suspension, and in comparison to a GTS model, even 7 millimeters lower. So Jonas earlier asked me, hey Thomas, is this like a longer wheelbase of Cayenne? No, because the car sits so low for a Cayenne, it looks actually longer and the wheelbase looks longer, but it's just because it's not so high. So, wow, what a sporty character here. Carbon fiber covers for the side mirrors, and then we have the Coupé form, once again exclusive for the Coupé, strong shoulder, and also has this sports lightweight package. And that means carbon fiber roof right here, and then the Porsche Cayenne Coupé usually also features with the normal version this special wing. And then for more downforce here, the GT receives a special carbon fiber extra side rear wing. Really impressive. And next to that, the rear wing, like here, is even longer than here in the GT version if you compare it to the normal turbo. Then this light strip goes all around the vehicle from left to the right. Super massive appearance. Turbo GT badging, and the lower part, what we can see here, special sports exhaust. It's made from titanium, this blue color, and when it's hot, when you really use it on the racetrack, for example, it will glow even bluer. Yeah. It will glow even bluer. So really interesting also for material choices. Once again, more carbon fiber use right here. Wow, I mean, what a massive appearance here for this sporty SUV. And even more sporty technologies, rear axle steering as standard, anti-roll control as standard, and also a wider track for even better performance, for example at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Well, and I would say let's take a look under the hood. Here we go. This will be pretty interesting because we have 4-liter V8 bi-turbo here then with 640 horsepower. Yeah, and I said 3.4 seconds is the aimed acceleration figure. All-wheel drive, of course, with rear bias and 8-speed converter automatic gearbox. What do you think? Is this one now your favorite Porsche Cayenne, or would you rather go for one of the more basic models? Pricing-wise, yeah, it will be rather tough to swallow because you are aiming towards, close to $200,000 or euros. And top speed, 300 kilometers an hour or 186 miles an hour. Yeah, probably not even on German Autobahn. You know, we have a lot of episodes of that here on our channel. That would be rather reserved for the racetrack. Call me old school, but I really prefer to have really stylish and real key fobs and not like key cards or mobile phone used for a vehicle or whatever. Key fob it is for me. What about you? Then door closing sound, special Autogefühl feature. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Sounds quite rich. And then even richer on the inside with a lot of Alcantara use and these golden accentuations. The really beautiful scheme here for the Turbo GT. Also receives a special Turbo GT entry badge. Yeah, I like that exclusive styling. And yeah, that's my Thomas' favorite feature, the steering wheel, also with the microfiber cover and the 12 o'clock position here, yellow marking, rally or racing style. And the seats, then once again with Alcantara on the inside and these, special accentuations in the middle part, Turbo GT stitching, really beautiful detail work they have here. So, I mean, it's of course not all new, we know the Cayenne, but in that way you can give it a little bit more spice. And you have this nice upright seating position. Cool thing about the Cayenne, also the Touareg or the Q7 or Q8 by Audi, you have this even entry sill like this, and this always creates this very special atmosphere when sitting here in this full-size SUV and a nice, comfortable seating position. At the same time, they hold you tight. And once again, when you don't have animal skin surface, but the Alcantara here, then you also have, you know, a stickier seating position, and it's also more breathable summer and winter times. Then, headroom, well, with a 661, no problem. Always comes here with the carbon fiber roof, and here Alcantara also at the whole inside ceiling, so a sporty, at the same time cozy atmosphere. And yeah, one of my favorite features is, look at that, also a dashboard cover here with the Alcantara and the contour stitching. That's just awesome. Oh, by the way, interesting also, here, some Porsche, you know that you can put the key in right here. Here it's split, you keep the key and then you turn it here at the left side to turn on the ignition. Now the interior overview, and oh, what's that? Android Auto in a Porsche? Yes, for the first time ever with the PCM 6.0, you can get Android Auto here, and not only Apple CarPlay and the integration actually. Looks quite good. Why did they do this? Didn't they tell us for the last 10 years Porsche customers just use iPhones? Sorry, I had to go for this taunt. So now, also when you're an Android user and drive a Porsche, you have the possibility. It cannot be retrofitted. I asked them. It doesn't seem like that it can be retrofitted for the other models. But, you know, newer or future Porsche models with the PCM 6.0 can also get it then. Yeah, but looks quite cool with this integration. That's why we show that to you today. And the normal GPS with the satellite view here looks like this. Of course, also really fancy, and also seems quite good for the responsiveness. And I always like, you know, these visualizations they have in here then. Now you can also see when I go to the sports mode at the steering wheel, also switches driving modes and sports exhaust system and so on. Yeah, and if we go a little bit, you know, further right here to the left, you can see once again the nice steering wheel with the Alcantara, and there is the drive mode selector, always very practical to use. Here you can adjust a little bit of the instruments on the left. They have an analog focus in the middle, and then the outsides are digital each, and you can also once again adjust them. Then on the right side and then the middle part here, once again the analog clock, and with the yellow or golden accentuations. So these details really, really cool. Once again, this neodyme color in the background, and then the arrow in yellow. Tick, tack, tick, tack, tick, tack. Here's still manual climate knobs. Yeah, glad to still have them. Click, click, click. And then further down below, illumination for 12-volt power supply next to adaptive cup holders. And then another favorite feature for me here, the stamping of the logo, Porsche logo, on this Alcantara on the armrest, and very well attached. And underneath we have then two USB-C chargers. The most visible part of the ambient lighting is actually right there in the ceiling in the front, and yeah, you can switch through different colors. Which color would you say fits best to this vehicle here, to the GT? And heads up to the head-up display, always a good option to go for. And you see here it has this, you know, pulsing effect when it's stationary. Interesting. This is the Coupé version of the Cayenne, so we're somewhat limited in the rear. Let's find out. Of course, also in the Turbo GT, if you're not on the racetrack, you might want to carry around some people or some smartphones. Jonas was so kind to leave his smartphone here on the seat. Ah, damn it, that destroys the picture, doesn't it? The cameraman should know better. Well, let's get inside. So, here, let's go. Yeah, a lot of legroom here, there's no problem. It's of course an advantage if you compare Cayenne to a Macan. And headroom-wise, well, they moved the bench then a little bit further down below in comparison to the Cayenne SUV, so you still have headroom even with 1.86 or 6'1", so that works. Then the bench is a little bit stiffer, and in the Cayenne SUV it's a little bit more upright. But still, you know, you are quite nice and cozy. The thing is here, you don't have any middle seat, or if you try, like, oh, that hurts. So they want this sporty version to have the single seat right here. Then you have just a cubby hole there, and you usually fold this down for some cup holes. They're not adaptive though. The cool thing to me here in the rear is that we also have this Turbo GT styling, once again with the Alcantara and the color contrast and the really nice Turbo GT stitching. Well, when you're racing a 911 GT3 with this one here, because acceleration-wise you might think, yeah, okay, I can transport more luggage in this one. Even though it's the Coupé, it's actually quite flexible in the rear. The length here of the trunk is about 1 meter or 40 inches, and the width even a little bit more. So the Coupé is just limited a little bit here in the height in comparison to the SUV, but still you can see here, yeah, around 50 centimeters or 20 inches, so no problem also with storing some backpacks right here. Since it has standard air suspension and here with a sportier setup, you can also lower the vehicle here just a little bit for easier getting things in and out. And well, at the racetrack it's also about safety, and this here is about the child safety test, the squish test, and yeah, torque has been applied very well, nicely done. And now to our conclusion for today, Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. Wow, what a beast already from the exterior design. I mean, it still has some kind of elegance. I think it does look very spectacular, but it doesn't look over the top. Or what's your take on it? Is it too much for you? Is it already over the top? Tell me in the comments. I really like these unique features. It almost looks like it went through tuning, but this of course all from works. From the inside also with the special color accentuations and a lot of Alcantara use. The only thing that would be missing to me is that the outside of these could easily be non-animal surfaces, but they still went for the old school way here. What is of course the most impressive thing about this vehicle is the technology pack overall: carbon ceramic brakes, rear axle steering, anti-roll control, air suspension set on a sporty level. Everything they have to offer basically, wider track, and then of course this massive acceleration from this 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. And they really promised me that it would drive like a true sports car on the racetrack. We will find out for you. This will be really spectacular, so stay subscribed. Also leave a like if you like this video, and tell me, is this now your favorite performance SUV, or would you rather go for an Audi RS Q8 or the Lamborghini Urus, or for example the BMW X5 and X6M? We will also link some of these videos below in the pinned comment and also in the video description, so see you at these videos and leave us your comments here to the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT.